Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report, and today's news and rumors is presented by Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com where you're going to be able to save 20% when you use promo code Raiders. Your balls will thank you, and I love Manscaped for this. 20% of their, or part of their proceeds end up going to ball cancer. They're helping out yours, and they're also helping out other people. Shout out to Manscaped. Shout out to the Raiders Report. All right, let's now dive into the news here, okay, where we got Prince Amukamara. It is official. So when I did my show on Tuesday, I was breaking down some players that the Raiders could go out and sign, and then the Raiders went out and signed Prince Amukamara. Now, the details of the contract are still TBD, but it is for Chucky Heads. It is official. Prince Amukamara is a member of the Las Vegas Raiders. So when the Raiders went out and signed Amukamara, that also meant that they ended up cutting Nick Nelson the very same day. And for those of you that watch the show, you'll know that this should not come as a surprise. I've been talking about this for probably close to 4 months now. The Raiders, they saved $675K by moving on from Nelson, a player who I wasn't really all that crazy about when he first came out of Wisconsin. You drafted him in the 4th round. But when you saw the moves that the Raiders made in free agency, when you saw the moves that they made in the draft, it makes sense for them to move on from Nick Nelson. So here's an updated look at our defensive back depth chart. And I'll tell you what, from 1 year, it is very, very impressive to me, just 1 year, how much better that this team has gotten. And I think Nelson probably would have made the team last year, but this is just more of a, this team is getting better, and it's exciting to me. But I have been asked this question multiple times, and I'm going to ask y'all right now, who do you think should start? Because personally for me, I think it's going to be Prince Amukamara over Damon Arnette. Now, a lot of people are like, Mitch, why would the Raiders go out and draft Damon Arnette 19th overall in the first round of the 2020 draft, get it together, Mitch, if they weren't going to start Damon Arnette? My answer is this. I think they are very excited about Arnette. They've compared him, obviously, to Aqib Talib. But for me, it is going to be Prince Amukamara because Arnette's going to be able to learn behind a player who I actually think is very, kind of relates to Amukamara, who's also very intelligent. Plus, my sources, I've seen reports out there that Prince Amukamara is going to be the likely starter unless Arnette just flat out earns it. So, give me a P for Prince or give me a D for Damon. Now, for all you that are watching right now, okay, I want you to join the Noti Gang and never miss a video. I understand that a lot of people watch our shows, and that's great. And I also understand that people watch them on mobile, and they watch them on desktop, right? So, for those of you that are watching this on mobile, if you want to turn on your notifications, you can click that sub button, and after you do that, you're going to see a bell. It literally looks like what you see on screen, a bell. For those of you that are watching it on desktop, the notification button is right next to the subscribe button. If you're not subscribed, all you got to do is click the big red button that says sub, and then you just click the bell. Bottom line, I don't want you to miss a single Raiders video the entire offseason because there's not going to be anybody that keeps you as up to date as me. And I just want to be honest with y'all. I like watch parties, I like having fun, and I like doing these live shows, and I want to get another live show. I want to get 2 a week, so hit that notification bell. All right, let's keep the show moving here, okay? Which Raider will have the most receiving yards in 2020? I want you to predict it. And I always say that the Raiders Report is about the nation, and it 100% is, right? The reason why we have community polls is so I can see what y'all think. So, what question did I ask you yesterday? Which Raider will have the most receiving yards in 2020? And this is the results. Henry Ruggs III came out to 50% of the votes. Darren Waller, 37%. Hunter Renfrow, 6. Tyrell Williams, 5. Other percent, 1. There was over 3,000 votes, so shout out to you. But am I the only one? Y'all know I'm bad at math. This doesn't equal 100%. YouTube, I want 100% of your effort, not 99%. No, where's my other 1%? That's all I'm saying. I'm not good at math, but y'all can do the math. It doesn't add up to 100. All right, so does that mean Henry Ruggs is going to lead our team in receiving yards this upcoming season? I'm going to give it only 2 Chucky Heads, and I'm going to say people are talking. And look up there, the rumor origin. It's always there. I don't make up my rumors. I get them from people or my sources. It's from the Raiders Report subscribers. So I understand that we are very excited about going out and getting Ruggs 12th overall. The speed, the way that he's going to be able to fit in our offense, the way that he's going to be able to fit with Derek Carr is fun, and it's exciting. The reason why I'm going to give it only 2 Chucky Heads because I could see it, right? He has the big play potential, no doubt about it. But also, I don't know if he is going to be able to lead this team in receiving yards, because I look at history, and I look at Derek Carr, and I look at the way that this offense is set up. And for me, I'm actually going to bet my money again on Darren Waller, who led the team last year. But it wasn't just Darren Waller. I mean, Jared Cook led it in 2018 and 2017. Amari Cooper, sure, 2016, 2015. And I think this has been the first time in a long time that we've had a number one receiver like an Amari Cooper in Henry Ruggs. But I am still going to be typing my DW because I think Darren Waller has the most receiving yards in 2020. But I'm going to ask you the question. So go ahead. I'm going to make this the pinned comment on today's video, okay? On today's video, who is going to have more receiving yards in 2020? If you think it's going to be Darren Waller, I want you to type DW. If you think it's going to be Henry Ruggs, I want you to type HR. Bottom line, scroll on down. Let me know who's going to lead the team in receiving yards in 2020. Now, today's sponsor on today's show is Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com. Use promo code Raiders to save 20%. So what you see on screen right now is the Lawnmower 3.0. Last week, I showed y'all how well it worked, and I literally shaved my face because, let's be real, y'all don't want to see my downstairs. So it worked amazing. There was no tugging. Best part about this thing, also, there's no cord, so you can also take it in the shower, and you can do your thing in there. You're not going to find a better cleaned up shave, and I promise you, your balls will thank you, your lady friends will thank you, and also a portion of the sales goes to ball cancer. Manscaped is an unbelievable sponsor, and I want you to go support them if you support me by going to manscaped.com and using that promo code Raiders. It'll be in the description, it'll be in the comments, and also, you get free shipping. Yeah, your balls and me, they're going to thank you. So who's like the most likely Raiders to use Manscaped? I thought about it. Dylan and I had a little bit of fun today on today's show, and if you want to comment which Raiders players that you think would use it, let me know. For me, I was like, all right, Henry Ruggs definitely, right? Because it's the only way it explains why he can run so fast. There's just nothing stopping him down there. Tanner Muse, Foster Moreau, no homo. They're good-looking dudes. Eric Kush, number 69. I mean, come on. That's why he got the number. And then Nathan Peterman. It's just too easy. Nathan Peterman, 4 Chucky heads, absolutely uses it. Yeah, I see a lot of Petermans there in the comments section. All right, let's keep it moving here. Derek Carr, do you use Manscaped? Let me know. But is he going to be the MVP this season? This one's from NFL.com. And as you can see, I am going to give it only one Chucky head, and I think it's a small shred of truth. He was listed as a dark horse MVP candidate, and I don't mind that because the last time, Carr, I think, had this many offensive weapons, he was an MVP caliber quarterback back in 2016, back in 2015. And when you look at the draft and you look at free agency, you can't deny that the Raiders really tried to build around Carr, which I like. The reason why I'm going to give it only one Chucky head, though, is because I want you to look at this quote from John Gruden, and yes, I've shown this before. We want to use 3 tight ends at a time, no disrespect to the receivers, but we're going to put 3 tight ends out there, Waller and Jason Witten, and we're going to run it and play action, and we're going to play old school football, okay? That's the key part. They're going to play old school football. So I wanted to show y'all what Derek Carr's numbers were in games that we won. So this is 7 games. 76.2% completion percentage, that's insanely good. 1,767 yards, but it's the 8 touchdowns, 1 interception. The reason why I don't think Derek Carr wins the MVP is because if we want to win football games, which I think everyone watching right now, that's the ultimate goal, that means him throwing the ball a little bit less, us running the football a little bit more, and if Derek Carr and this Raiders team has, 26 touchdowns, 4,000 yards, and we win 12 games, that's what I want. So, how many passing touchdowns for Carr in 2020? Y'all know I like Derek, but I want to win games. And I think the way that we win football games is by Derek taking care of the ball, is by us pounding the football down team's throat with our offensive line, with Josh Jacobs, using our fullback Alec Ingold, and it has nothing to do with me not liking Derek, but I want efficiency. So, how many passing touchdowns for Carr in 2020? Let me know down there in the comments section. The reason why I'm asking is because I saw Bleacher Report put out this, Derek Carr's projections, and he said that they said that Carr was going to throw 25 passing touchdowns. I'm going to give it 3 Chucky heads, and I think it's pretty likely that he has at least 25 passing touchdowns because, again, when I look at all the options, when I look at everything that he has on the field, I like it a lot. Now, to see what they exactly projected, here you go. So they project Carr to throw the football 538 times. That's 20 more than what he threw last year. For a career high, 4,212 yards, 25 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. And, you know, those are pretty interesting stats considering the fact of what he's been able to do the last 4 years, and then even going back as far as 2015, where he had, 32 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. But you're looking at a quarterback who finally has some coaches that have been there more than a year. This is going to be his 3rd year in the John Gruden system. I'm excited to see what ends up happening here with Derek, but Bleacher Report's stat projections are actually kind of close to mine. So, if you want to see my stat projections for Derek Carr in 2020, I want you to type your Y for yes. If you don't, you can just type your N for no. But bottom line here is after this YouTube ad break, I'm going to let you know my Derek Carr 2020 stat projections in 2020. That was a weird intro, but anyway, here we go. So here are my Derek Carr stat projections in 2020. I was actually pretty close to Bleacher Report. So I came out with 532 attempts, which equals 4,220 yards. Why? Last season, he averaged 11.2 yards per completion. I think that number goes up a little bit to about 11.5 with the more talent around him. Then the touchdowns, okay? Interceptions. If we win football games, I don't think he needs to throw the ball as much, which then again, more efficient, which means more wins, which means we're doing what we need to be able to do on the football field, which again, this is just win, baby. Derek Carr doesn't need to be the MVP. He just needs to be the best game manager and the best quarterback to help us win some football games. Now, I do have a little bit more news before I get out of here today. So I just wanted to basically say this little bit of an update here. So California Governor Gavin Newsom stadium reopening announcement. I do think it's important because obviously the Raiders aren't in California anymore, but it's important because California has one of the strictest restrictions for the Big C. And I know that y'all all the time are like, Mitch, are the Raiders going to play all their games? Are all 256 games going to be played for the entire NFL season? I actually think that this is very good news, and the fact that we are taking the necessary steps to being able to have those preseason games, for players being able to show up and do training, for coaches being able to show up and do what they need to do. So for me, this is the right step forward. I think we're all doing the right things. Let's continue to be smart. Let's continue to wash our hands. Let's continue to do all the right things. That's all I ask. Because by California saying pro sports are going to resume in stadiums without fans beginning of early June, that is the right step. So everyone, if you're excited, like the video. Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky Heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky Heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this, I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.